Hey, today I'm playing with Power Automate and especially the new designer, which is pretty cool. Have a look. Okay, so just like a really cool modern workflow designer, now we can have some drag and drop and we can just move things around. And what I was really playing today is like, yeah, okay, it's nice to have a new interface to go and change some parameters that we didn't really have access before. Now, well, we did, but it was kind of hidden. Now we have all this, that's nice, but let's have a look at Copilot. Okay, my scenario is going to be very simple and I'm going to explain Copilot here. I have an event and I want to analyze the body of the event. So I already have an extract here. I'm going to get the body into a compose. But then from that, I know that my event, my body, has lots of things like name of the participant, location of the meeting, the question 1, question 2, question 3. You may recognize that actually it's because it comes from booking. So I want to analyze a booking email, extract information, so I can use it into other things later. So let's do just that. I'm going to describe it to Copilot. Okay, let's try a few things. So I'm really saying in Lemming's term, this is what I have. I have a compose, extract body. Can you help me extract some more elements within that body? So now I want to say, okay, namely, I want to get extract the value for name, email, location. Question 1. So in the message it says, in the event it says question 1 answer. Then question 2 answer. We'll see if it can get me everything. But let's have a look anyway what it's doing to do. So within seconds, this is in real time. I'm just letting it think here. I'm not pausing the recording so that we can see how long it takes. Thinking about it because I'm asking actually quite a lot of things. Okay, that's not too bad, but it's not really what I wanted because I want to really see the power of Power BI. Okay, so the first thing to notice is that when I have a long conversation and all, I can't actually clear it. There's no way to just clear your Copilot. You can just hide it, display it, etc. That's annoying, right? So you would have to actually refresh the whole page. Another thing that is interesting is that over there, it was creating me some actions, all that. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. What is this? So I ask Copilot, what is the purpose of blah, blah, blah? And then it's telling me, oh, sorry, it's not a Power BI. It's actually an integration. So it's basically a command from SAP. So we just have to be very careful of what it's going to give us because we may not have the license and it doesn't make sense at all. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, so I've just refreshed the screen so that we can have a clear Copilot because I don't like to have noise. And yeah, test is nice, thank you. But what I want to do is that I already have a compose, I'm already extracting this. So again, I'm gonna say, can you, so I'm gonna say, can you split, yeah, that's it. Can you split the body and extract some items from the body, okay? But I'm gonna be more specific this time. I'm gonna say, just extract me the name in the body. Okay, let's try this. So I want to extract the value, which is like name, column, space on the same line exactly, right? So it's going to be in the email. Let's try this because you may guess, but what I'm trying to do here is that Copilot is creating the action for me, which is actually better than going to ChatGPT because if I add the same thing in ChatGPT will tell me this is what you have to do. But Copilot in Power Automate has just added it here. So it's telling me, check this action. And if you don't really like that it has done it for you, you can just undo it. So I want to check the action. So let's have a look here. And now I look at the code a bit, the function, right? And I can see straight away that all this seems to be a simple function in Power Automate. So this time it's not going to hallucinate and get me some stuff from SAP command, whatever. It seems to be okay, but let's dig a bit more. So I can see that in the function it's giving me 6. What is number 6? Is that it is doing the index. So it's searching for a character, which is name, and it's telling me once you find this on this row, go 6 character later, which is NAME space 6 character. Okay, so it could be ready to test. So let's have a look. I'm just going to save it, see if there's any error. There is error. Condition, yes, because there may be some other things that I want to do. So let's. The annoying thing with error in this modern workflow designer is that it doesn't tell you exactly what action has the error. So if I select the first action and I do save here, it's not going to, like the previous one, display exactly this is the error, and that's really annoying. So I have to read here, contains invalid error, fix invalid, etc. in the condition, but it doesn't even tell you if it's the true or the false condition. Yeah, so not very precise. We're losing a bit of a feature that we had before. In addition, one thing that I used to like a lot was the clipboard function, because you could just select an action here, maybe right click or click on the added advanced menu, and then just copy it to the clipboard. You can't do that anymore. It doesn't seem to be an action. So that's a bit annoying, because when I will have a lot of this action in my workflow, then I might get quite stuck and not able to just move them between one and just duplicate all that. So hopefully it's going to come. So what I'm going to do to troubleshoot this one and see what is wrong with all my formula that, I'm trying to believe in Copilot, is that I'm going to create it from scratch. So what I would have done if I was in the previous classic environment. So I'm going to add this compose, which is that one, simple. And then I go ahead and add my input manually. So let's go for it. So input, I want to add a function. In this function, I want to use the substring. I'm going to try to do the same as Copilot was trying to do, yeah? So I use a substring. The text that I'm inputting in my substring is a dynamic content, in fact, and it's going to be the value from that one, from exactly that compose. So in theory, right? I'm going to dynamic content, then I can see my output, and I just click on output. Well, it's not clickable. That's really annoying. Seriously? That has to be clickable, because it was clickable in the previous environment. So obviously, if I do that, then there would be an error. So I'm going to have to do it by hand. Okay, so now I have the output from my first action over there. What I do like with this new environment, however, is you can really have more space. Although, why it doesn't let you go on the left or on the right is a bit of a shame. However, you can do this. You can expand it, and then you will have more space. Let's just close Copilot. But if you close Copilot, click outside, then you haven't saved. So be very careful. It's the same as the previous environment. It will be the same. Okay, so I've just added my full formula, which I want to do. I'm just going to double check. Yes, is the name. You have to make sure that it's the right name, since you can't select it in dynamic content. It's very dangerous. And then we want the 6 characters after name. Perfect. Make sure that you click update, just like before. It's now going to update it in this tiny input overrides. Okay, let's have a look now. Oh, I'm having invalid parameters, so I need something else. No, that's fine. I just had to click here, and then it would just turn into a better one. Okay, so I'm going to remove the one that nicely, actually not remove, I want to compare. So I'm going to compare the one that I did, yeah, this one is coming into a kind of function variable, let's say, whereas this one is the one that has been made by Copilot. Well, I'm sorry to say, but it's not going to go anywhere if it's like this. So not great. I'm just going to delete it for now and see if the one I did manually works. Save it again. Looks like it's taking longer, and it's going to turn in green. Perfect. And now I can just run it and see if it works with my real data. I'm going to let it run because I set to run on a new calendar item when the item is approaching not the item, the event. So it does mean that I have to create an item And then within 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you will see the start of the event and it will kick off. So let's have a look when it's finished. Okay, it took forever, to be honest, but it's running successfully. You can see at the bottom that I actually created a meeting, and so it was kicking off. That's why it starts the flow, just like we did before, right? So let's have a look at our actions now. So first one is just getting me the body of my message, right? So I can't really see much detail here. That's fine. Let's go into now the detail here. Okay, it's getting me this. I have my code view. It's just showing me that it's a success. It's all right, but it's not really super nice for me because I would really like to understand what is inside, and it doesn't give me much. I believe it was better in the previous one, but we can compare and have a look. Okay, so here I have exactly the same, right? So it's the previous, I would call it maybe the classic designer. And if I go into my compose, all that, oh, I won't be able to get my log in the classic, I suppose. Yeah. Oh, no, that's good. That's good. So here I've just clicked on the log and then you can see the classical. That's great. So basically, it didn't go all the way to my compose because my condition was incorrect. Let's do that again. So it doesn't matter where I'm going to restart it. What I'm doing here is that I keep a condition very simple. I just say if the organizer contains a at. Interesting here, by the way, because in the classical I did put only one at, and now I can see it's multiple ats. Never mind. So let's test it again. You can see that the test is on top of my Copilot. That's a bit annoying. Let's save and test it again. Yeah, it was on top. Okay, I want to have it with the previous one because now I'm saying it doesn't matter who is the from. Test again. As I said, it may take a bit of time, so I will pause here. Oh, and it fails. Okay, great. It fails. Again, it doesn't really tell me where it failed, whereas before it was quite confident and would tell me where it failed. And also I don't have coloring, that's why I missed it before. So it looks like it's not even liking, it's failing, but I don't even know why. I don't like it. All right, let's do the same in classic then. So I'm going to test exactly the same, but this time I will do that in the same one, success, in the classic way, the classic mode of Power Automate, and then it's a fail, but this time I want to see the visual. Oh, yes, nice. So this is really a must. We need to have it in the modern interface, and now I can see that, okay, it's failing on the second one, but at least it's clear. It's like, fine. Also, what I wanted to see here is like detail. So if I go into my detail when I have an action that has been successful, in fact. So when it's successful, I can see what is the output. So I will go to the raw output and, oh, okay. This is why it's failing, right? It's my raw output is actually nothing. Okay. So let's continue troubleshooting. So to troubleshoot, I want to see like, okay, at this level, it's telling me that the body is empty. So let's have a look at when it gets the message, right? So if I click on download, I should be able to see, and I can see all of the fields is getting into, is writing into the event. But yes, my body is actually empty. And that is where lies the issue. So if I can't even get the event body, yeah, I can't go much further. Okay, so the sad conclusion is that my workflow didn't really work because, yeah, upcoming event is not getting the body. All right, let's find an alternative. Okay, so now with all the issue I had before, let's do something simple. We know that body will not have my content, the full content of the event, unfortunately. Strangely, it doesn't get it. Okay, so I'm going to, however, use the subject because my subject has some info that I want. I really don't like this, by the way. Yeah, it's just really giving me so many complex items that I don't want. So I just want to have a compose. So I use the search. There's no compose here. Oh yeah, because I'm in standard. Search in all, and then click on that one. So I want to extract, oh, that's good, extract participants. We must remember what I did before. So I want to extract more like the subject of my email or my event. So I just get subject, that's it. And then the next one, I want to definitely have compose exact subject. So I'm going to ask Copilot directly. So if I pause here and I say, all right, Copilot, you know what is in the compose extract subject. Can you find out how to extract a portion of it? But let's give it an example. So I just open Copilot on the right hand side. You notice that you can't make it bigger. Yes, there's no way. And then here I want to ask the question. So knowing that the compose extract, let's give it the real name, compose extract subject action, yeah, action will contain the value slot with an expert, because that's what I have in my booking appointment. And Joe Smith, can you give me the action and action to extract only John Smith? Let's see how long it takes to get this. It should be a compose really. Yeah. All right, so it has created a compose, put it already into my designer. Again, if you don't want to have it, just click undo and then it will revert and will remove it basically. Now have a look at what is there. So it's giving me, it's splitting the extra exact subject, and then it's just, well, it should be saying I'm splitting it. Oh yeah, last, that's what I said. That's what I thought. It needs to get the last element of the split. So that's pretty good. Let's give it a run. Okay, what seems to happen then is that Copilot is giving us the action and the code, but actually you can see that it's not quite proper. If it would be, if maybe it was in the function, right? It would be as a function, little variable here, but it's not even proper. So one thing that it doesn't make sense is this, the at, just remove it. And then output compose all this. Well, actually what we used to do, right, is just to select it. So I'm just going to remove, and then I select, I say, well, I want you to read the output. And yes, I can use that. The nice thing is that before we would use it within the function. Now it seems to work here as well. Let's see if it passes the error. If I save it, and it's taking longer. Oh, and it's green now. All right, so let's test it again. That was really fast because successful. We can see all in green. Oh yes, of course, because it didn't go all the way. Let's do it again. Okay, run again. This time I just changed the condition to something like flow straight away, and now we can see the subject, etc. And the output is great because now we can fully see the content, and I can extract that and really use it in my second subject. Nice.